Now that we have set up temporary camp in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina, for the next month or so we are making ourselves unfindable. To do this while holding a cell phone in one's hand is not easy. First of all, I have my GPS disabled and a location spoofing app to randomize my location and make it seem I'm somewhere I'm miles away from. Secondly, I'm on a Wi-Fi belonging to someone else, and I'm using a VPN to mask the IP address. There is no snail mail of importance I'm expecting, so I left no forwarding address, not that I presently have one. I'm traveling and will be moving shortly. I'm using a tower ID spoofer to fool the network into thinking I'm in a different area, far from where I am. It's not that I'm going off-grid. If I was, I know how to do it. This is all for the purpose of security, in case things go sideways. Patriot pains in the asses like me will be the first to be persecuted. This, in general, is what you can expect before the great global jubilee happens. I've been telling my listeners these things for the last 4 years. You'll suffer some minor inconveniences, but nothing catastrophic if you prepare for the storm, as I will outline in this video. It doesn't involve anything that is different than what you normally do. It does involve a few changes in when and how. Save, rinse, and fill empty milk jugs, soda bottles, and any other container you normally recycle or throw in the trash. 1 gallon per day per person is what you need. Remember, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. If you must, go buy 5-gallon buckets with the lids or any other plastic container like a 50-gallon trash can, line it with a heavy-duty garbage bag and fill it with water. Store all the containers in the shade or inside where it's cool. Food is what you need next. Choose anything in cans that doesn't need preparation or needs minimal preparation. It's good to have a small camp stove for cooking. Avoid things that will take too much fuel to cook, such as non-instant rice. Peanut butter is a good choice. It gets old, but it will keep you alive. Military meals ready to eat are very good, and you should get a supply. They last for decades, so you'll always have food. MREs are also handy for bug-out bags. Essential medicines for any conditions you may have that are life-threatening, you should always have at least a 60-day supply of. You should also have a well-equipped first aid kit, not the pieces of shit you get in AutoZone or Walmart. You must be prepared for any imaginable situation involving injuries, so get the most extensive kit you can afford. It is also helpful to have a person trained in first aid. At minimum, get a good first aid book. Communication devices like cell phones these days are essential. Keep yours charged and get a few battery-powered chargers from US sellers on eBay. China may not be able to ship, or it may take too long. Remember that any old cell phone in your junk drawer can be powered up and used to call 911. Charge them too and keep them handy. Baofeng tube-band walkie-talkies that operate on the 2-meter and 432 MHz ham bands can be had for $35. While illegal to operate without a ham license, in an emergency, nobody will care. You should also keep signal flares or handheld lasers handy for signaling devices. Keep a supply of waterproof matches or dip them in wax. Other good things to have handy are a sleeping bag, tents, rope, and a camp stove. In short, anything you would take for a month-long camping trip out into the boonies. If you're a city person, get used to the notion that you may have to bug out if the very tenacious food supply gets disrupted. At this point, you might ask, if gas prices are going down, why are food prices going up? The answer is that hoarders may start to realize that in order to wipe your ass, you have to have digested something to be able to start the process. Excessive hoarding of toilet paper without the requisite consumption doesn't make sense unless one is expecting the Hershey squirts by catching an intestinal parasite, or you're anticipating Montezuma's revenge from eating at Taco Bell. Gas prices are due to Arab price wars, and many people are not driving because they're afraid to go to places where it is possible to catch the Kung flu. Also be aware that there is a banking problem. If ATMs go down, you could be short of cash. I would withdraw as much cash as you need to survive for a month. This way you can pay for groceries, gasoline, and other necessary items if the card readers in stores become inoperable. Also, barter items such as coffee, tobacco, and beer are handy to trade for items that may be scarce and hard to find. Prepare yourself a bug-out bag in case you need to get the fuck out of where you are now. If you have an RV or a SUV, load it up and be ready to leave before it starts. Listen to your instincts and act. Being at the front of the line sure beats fighting traffic. Having a pop-up tent that will accommodate your family is also a good bug-out item for your camper or SUV. Haul all your stuff and have a comfortable place to sleep away from the libtard masses who will end up eating toilet paper burritos. While it is highly unlikely but possible, a power grid failure, especially in big cities, spells disaster. Once the lights go out, the human cockroaches crawl out of the woodwork. They will riot, loot, and steal any valuable items, not because they need them, but because they can. Have a high-speed wireless LED projector handy just in case some criminal tries to break into your home or business. And remember, many of these scumbags are mercenaries on Soros's payroll. They get paid to create chaos. If the power goes out, the water from your faucet will eventually stop flowing. You should know an alternative water source in addition to what you've stored in case the outage goes for days or weeks. We don't know all of the dead man switches these Illuminati Nazi scumbags have in place, and judging from their past performances, it is a safe bet not to put anything past them. They are pure evil, and they are capable of shit you and I never thought of. However, if gut feelings mean anything, I have a feeling that this bullshit isn't going to be allowed to continue much longer. The proverbial, actually it's biblical, handwriting is on the wall. CEOs of major corporations resigning, celebrities and politicians sequestering themselves with kung flu, arrests of pedivores up the wazoo, and the deep state stepping on their own schwanzes trying to evade what's coming right at them. Like I've said many times, we don't know what we don't know, and this understandably causes much frustration. When are we going to see the perp walks is the question every patriot has on their lips. You must realize that this evil goes back to biblical times. It isn't going to be vanquished easily in just a few years. It has been protected and done in secret for millennia. Patriots and God-loving Americans and patriots around the world got this. If the plan fails, we have the Second Amendment. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. This is Dave from Net4 Truth USA, Inglorious Patriots. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your calls of encouragement. And most of all, thank you for your support. Please subscribe to our backup channels. Net4 Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. BitChute.com/net4 Truth USA. And drop.space /@Net4 Truth USA. We fly so close to the target, we are on our 5th fighter jet. We will be relentless and persistent until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4 Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.